Hondo yotanga muri Zimbabwe tarirai muone mashoko ari kutaurwa nema-retired general. Pana general ari kutaura mashoko anotyisa panapa. Pana retired lieutenant general Winston Sigauke. Vauya vakati fellow generals and war veterans, massive bribes from Emmerson Mnangagwa buy only temporary silence. His plan is to retire every war veteran in the army this year. Fact, not rumor. He betrayed VP Chiwenga and he is already assassinate 52 generals who installed him in 2017. Do not be next. Your oath is to the constitution, not to one man. Stay vigilant. Naizvo muri Zimbabwe mashoko ari kubva kuna General Mapuranga ndiwo ari kutaura nyaya iyi. Winston Sigauke Mapuranga ndiwo ari kutaura nyaya iyi. Isusu hatisi tangoya nayo kuti tikuzivisei kuti zvinhu izvi zvataurwa ende zvatazvitora mupublic domain. Naizvozvo taita kuti muzive chokwadi chiri kutaurwa naivava ndiwo chokwadi chavo chavari kutaurawo chatauya nacho kuti muchiziva. Naizvo tinokutendai zvikuru sei nekuteera kwenyu kwamunoita pano pachivhitivhiti patinokupai nyaya nema-latest updates. Ndo nyaya yatauya nayo kuti muzive. Tichakusiyai makateera kubva kuma-comrades edu.
I'm asking all these questions because I believe, Kuti, if I am the son of my father and my mother, I'm the kind of man that goes out and steals all the time and drinks all the time and gets caught driving all the time and causes mayhem for people. If I am that kind of man, eventually my parents will not and should not be surprised when they hear that that's what I've done. If I'm that kind of man. But if I'm not, then if at all someone turns around and says, I've done that, what I will expect is 110% support from not only my family, but everybody around me, including people of influence who are in politics, who are in education, religious leaders. I will expect support from all of them, if that is not within my character. Now, ladies and gentlemen, resistance or the acts of resistance is not in the character of every single politician. It is in the character of some. In the UK, Jeremy Corbyn was and is still a resistance type politician. Mr. Keir Starmer is not a resistance type politician. It's just a fact of life that we have to live with. Let's stop trying to force individuals to do things that don't come naturally to them. Let's allow you and me and the people who stopped the First Lady of Zimbabwe from arriving in the UK to the summit. Let's let you and me, we're just the same as those people that did it. We are no different. Do you know their names? No. But you know what they did, but do you know their names? No. Did they go and make videos about themselves, making themselves into the new Stana? Did they go and make themselves into the new Olinda? No! They did it for freedom. Point blank, period. They have a dream and they are willing to do anything to achieve it. You can do the same too. You can and you should. You are the leader that is needed for this resistance. You. Mnangagwa should not know who is calling the shots. The minute he knows that individual is a target, doesn't matter who it is, Blessed Mhlanga is a typical example. Wageza, another one. What's his name? Uh, what's his name? How can I forget his name? Zamara. In fact, the Zamara family and brothers, especially. Typical examples. Let's go to Honorable Mahere getting arrested. For what? For walking around. Let's go to Wachingono, Wachisungwa. For what? For what? Let's go to Amai. She was a ZBC presenter. I've forgotten her name now. I've forgotten her name. Yes,
Justina.
my Justina Mukoko. Let's go to Farai Kumbonzanda. She was campaigning for girls. For girls. Girls. She was not campaigning to remove the government for girls, but she was given charges of treason, of which the maximum punishment for that in Zimbabwe at that time was killing or life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. There are so many names that I haven't mentioned. Namatai Kwekweza and company. They were even tortured because they landed at the airport and they were coming from an event that they happened to attend that was not pro-ZANU-PF. But those humble people that managed to stop a whole first lady from coming to the UK, you don't remember their names. They have not been targeted. They cannot be targeted because they are too many. You starting to do like them makes us like the fish in a shoal. When the shark comes, it becomes too confused. It can't take us all on. It's impossible. And the one thing that the fish don't do is negotiate with the shark. Please don't eat me. Because they know the shark is there to do just one thing. Only one thing. Stop negotiating with the devil. Stop planning to negotiate with the devil. Stop thinking that the devil is there to negotiate with you. Stop. And start taking the correct action that you're supposed to take. Let me give you a hope of a leaf of hope, something to cheer you up. A little country called Nepal had a very similar problem. The government and the opposition, they joined together to make one big, massive organization. They put in so many laws to cement themselves. The people of Nepal rose up, and within 24 hours, actually it was 8 hours, the whole entire government was removed. So even if ZANU-PF puts in Cab 3, if we remove consent, if we don't consent, because we are the real sovereign, you are the sovereign, you are sovereign, not ED. He is not the sovereign. In the UK, the sovereign is the king. In America, the sovereign is the people. The sovereign is the people. In Zimbabwe, the sovereign is you, the people. Not Emerson, not his son, not his children, not his wife, not his daughter. The time when he becomes a sovereign is when he decides to relinquish power and say, people, give me another mandate. He becomes a sovereign temporarily. But you are always a sovereign. And you can remove him at any point in time. That's why there is no illegality in civil resistance removing a government, especially if it is done, and only when it is done without violence and aggression. I will give you an example. Look what happened when Slobodan Milosevic was removed from power. Look what happened. It was called the Bulldozer Revolution. Google it on YouTube. Search for it on YouTube. Watch the movie. You will see the removal of Slobodan Milosevic. Slobodan Milosevic, I'll be honest with you, made Emerson Mnangagwa look like a baby. A baby. A proper baby. Slobodan Milosevic. And he was removed using resistance. People, you can do it too. I'm not going to say you can't do it. You can, and you should. It is the only option left to you. If you lie to yourself and think that you are going to be able to do it using one person to lead you, regardless of who the person is, regardless of how influential they are, the minute that person is targeted, your whole plan falls apart, and you're actually putting that person in mortal danger. Proper mortal danger. Uncle Jed, I appreciate your space and I appreciate you for giving me this leeway. Thank you so much for this. Really, really appreciate you. Thank you very much, Mkoma Titus, for giving me the leeway. I really appreciate you. But Zimbabweans, the choice and the ball